So with the new release of the Hood and everything that just came out, patch notes and new skins, I want to cover it all in this video. So let's get started. First thing I want to go over is the video released of Hood gameplay, and let's check out the first couple clips so we can go over them. So to start this off, we see him, when he hits his shots, he builds up to some sort of meter, which pretty much enhances his attack speed as he keeps hitting his shots. And we see when the meter reaches max, his attack speed is greatly boosted. And from what it looks like, it did seem like he healed a bit from his shots, but I'm not sure. And then he gains the ability to shoot guns separately, which is going to probably be tied to how fast his meter decays from 100 to 0. After this, we see him brawl with Cap, and he uses this bubble, which seems to negate every ounce of damage that comes towards him. And it looked like it was actually blocking Jubilee's healing for Captain America. So pretty much, I think if you're in the bubble, you're not going to be able to damage your Hood or receive healing, which is going to make his offense and defensive capabilities insane. The next move we see seems to be some sort of veil. And it looks like any projectile that passes through it pretty much gets a damage debuff. And it pretty much looks like if you pass through this, you're just going to be blinded. It doesn't work like cloaks from what I can see, where you take more damage, but you are definitely still blinded. After this, he uses the next ability, which looks like a cloak fade, but you're more visible with your Hood giving you away. And it seems like exiting this fade form, he kind of does a burst of damage, which would be really good for creating pushes onto their mid to back line. After this, we see him use this bubble again, where he pretty much completely negates any damage or CC effect from the Namor ult, which is going to be insane for a tank to have. And the reason why I say this is because can his allies stand in the bubble and also have the same effects? Because what it looks like is it's not actually attached to him, kind of like a mag or a Hulk bubble, but it seems to be an area of effect, seeing how Cap was able to walk into said bubble. After this, we pretty much get to see his ult, where it looks like he's just stationary. He can't use any of his moves, and he can only fire, but it does seem to pierce shields, which looks really fun and insane to use. We also get to see he has 6 high damaging bullets, and it also looks like he gains an insane amount of overshield from this, so he is going to be a very hard target to beat this season. And what I think is the coolest is you can fly up into the air and create a platform in the air and actually use your ult just like that. This is going to be insanely broken if used correctly, and on certain maps, I think this might be a total annihilation of an ult. Next thing I want to go over is the patch notes, and arguably I do like these patch notes, but I definitely know with how some good players are going to be, these are going to be some insane buffs and nerfs. So looking at the patch notes now, sadly I can't show you guys because the images I download seem to be blurry. There are a couple I want to point out, with one, Doctor Strange getting a well-needed buff. His projectiles are now going from a 10 to 12 charge, and the hit is going to be from 16 to 18. Also, which I think is very unnecessary, his Maestro Gamma nuke, I should say, goes from an 8-second cooldown to a 6-second cooldown. Magneto gets an effect now where I think it's the enhanced version of the team up, he pretty much launches you up a minor bit. The next nerfs we have are for DPS. And one is for Black Panther, and as a main, and he being my favorite character, I think this was very well deserved. Pretty much, the Storm team-up is thing getting nerfed, going from 40 to 30 damage, and getting a cooldown increase from 12 seconds to 15 seconds, making his full power dives less consistent, but he'll definitely still be a pretty potent character this season. Emma Bloodstone's also getting a nerf to her team-up, where the trap health is now going from 100 to 50, which is good, because I feel like for the time it is visible after placed, is kind of crazy to have 100 health, and the control duration is going from 1.5 seconds to 1.2 seconds, which is great because I feel like you shouldn't be able to hold somebody down with a little trap like that for too long. Cyclops is what I would say is a well-needed buff he's getting. His cooldown reduction on his ricochet force per optic hit is going from 0.15 to 0.25 seconds. I think this would be kind of a minor buff, but it should definitely help him out a bit. And his Gambit team up is getting a buff where the boost and damage is going from 10% to 15%. I think this is really good. I feel like his Gambit team up was kind of lacking. It definitely had some strong points during squishier comps, but against people with higher health, I just feel like it couldn't keep up with the burn damage from his Phoenix team up. Now, the last bit of adjustments we have is White Fox Ultimate, where her ability, or her ult cost is going down by what seems to be 500 points from 4,800 to 4,300. And after casting, everybody will now be blessed in a 10-meter radius for 3 seconds. Wolverine is getting an adjustment where his increased rage gained per hit is taken from 5 to 8. His rage decay has gotten a bit of a boost in timer, so he'll have his rage for a little bit longer. And at max rage, the decay will go from 15 seconds to 10 a second. My fault, guys. The last one I want to cover, I don't really like, but I mean, it could definitely help her out. Phoenix is getting a buff where her detonation on Sparks goes from 35 to 40 damage, and the area damage from 12 to 15. Was this buff needed? No, I've been melted by Phoenix plenty of times, but can it definitely be well used? Absolutely. Last things I want to go over are the skins that are going to come out and release, and it looks like we're going to get a Moon Knight skin, a Hood skin, and an Iron Fist skin, and I am super psyched for the Iron Fist skin, and here's the trailer for the Hood skin.
Did you miss me? Wrong side! Yo soy el final!
That is all I have for now, guys. Thank you for watching to the end. If you did watch to here, give me a follow, give me a like. I would appreciate it very much, as I'm trying to start a content career, as you can see. This is also just really fun for me, and this does take a lot of time. This practically took me around an hour and a half to do, which I wasn't expecting, but this is my first well-made video instead of a CapCut and clips from my phone. I will try to post at least once a day, maybe twice a day if I'm lucky, but like I said, please keep tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.